What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com and welcome back to another one of our previews. Well, let's go to Remington Park Sunday, September 29th. That's right, it is that day. Race 10 on the card, the Grade 3 Oklahoma Derby. $400,000 purse, 1 1/8 miles the distance. Field of 8 lining up for this one. And don't forget, last year's Oklahoma Derby was crazy. It was like a 3-horse photo. Asmussen had horses in there. Remember, Red Route 1 was in there. And of course, how did he do that was actually the horse that won the photo. So we'll see if we can match that. Field of 8 here. Indispensable leads off the field. He's also cross-entered into the California Crown. So he might run in the California Crown. He might run right here in the Oklahoma Derby. We talked about this horse in the California Crown video. 9 races, but did get the maiden broke on the 9th try. That's usually not a great sign. Went right to the shared belief. I could talk next. Got beat by 2 lengths by Muth, but it wasn't a bad effort. I don't think that was anything to be too upset with. So Indispensable fits much, much better here in the Oklahoma Derby than he does in the California Crown. I still don't love him in this race, though, to be quite honest with you. Maybe a board hitter. I'm not sure what else with the number 1 Indispensable. Number 2, EJ won the Cup. They tried kind of some tougher races with him, and he didn't run horrible. But at the end of the day, they found his spot, and that's the smaller stakes races. The Texas Derby, he won it. The Indiana Derby, he was 4th. The St. Louis Derby, he won it. That's kind of what he is at this point. He also went and won the Turf Paradise Derby as well. So he's won some derbies that maybe you didn't know existed, maybe you'd never heard of, maybe you'd heard of, but never really watched or paid attention. He did it. And hey, that might fit the bill of the Oklahoma Derby for some of you all watching. I will say this, though, in defense of the Oklahoma Derby, it's more on the lines of like the Indiana Derby, where he finished 4th, than it is the Texas or the St. Louis Derby. So this will be, to me, this would be, this is a Grade 3 race. He's not a graded stakes winner yet. So this would be his best win of his career if he got it done. But he comes in with a big chance. Mike Smith riding once again. And Mike Smith, he's found a pretty good horse, and EJ won the Cup. He'll be tough in the spot, no doubt. The number 3 is Canada Gate. This is a horse that broke the maiden just last time out at Del Mar. Going 1 mile, won by 1 3/4 lengths, took 5 races to break the maiden. Bob Baffert was the trainer of this horse, and now has been privately purchased and sent to John Sadler. So this is an interesting one, and Sadler wins with this angle a lot. Get a Ronas Racing will buy one, and Sadler will win with that horse. So I don't think this horse is all that good. But this is an angle where Sadler usually can move him up a little bit. So I think in with a little bit of a shot in this spot. The number 4 is Flat Hanby. Flat Hanby is going crazy right here at the local circuit. You got to go back to April 23rd, coming off of a 214-day layoff. Broke the maiden at the historic Will Rogers Downs. So a nice win there. Went on to an estate bred allowance race next at Will Rogers Downs. Was able to win again. Then went to Canterbury and ran an off the turf stakes race. Won again. Then went to Prairie Meadows. I mean, these are my tracks. Won the Iowa Stallion Stakes, and then went back to Remington Park, I should say back, first time since a 2-year-old season. Went to Remington Park and won again in an Oklahoma bred stakes race. So, this is definitely a jump up in class. There's no doubt about it. The speed figures were not overly fast for any of those races, but the horse is in great form on a winning streak. Going to have to stretch out to 1 1/8 miles. We've never seen him do that, but the horse is by flat out. So, hey, I think it's possible this horse can hit the board. I don't think the horse is going to win necessarily, but I think he'll show up with a decent effort. I really do. The number 5 is Dymatic, and this is kind of Steve Asmussen's version of, hey, we're just going to try to run in all these smaller, races. Did try the Rebel and Arkansas Derby, but after that, allowance, Texas Derby, Iowa Derby, and West Virginia Derby. Now, the problem is, after that allowance win at Oaklawn Park on May 5th, we were second. 2 EJ won the Cup in the Texas Derby, 4th in the Iowa Derby, and then West Virginia Derby was second. Now, Dragoon Guard, pretty good horse that beat him in the West Virginia Derby, but he beat him by 2 3/4. Henro beat him by 3 3/4 there at Iowa in the Iowa Derby. The EJ won the Cup, beating by a length. I think the big thing with him, he's kind of like a Red Route 1 type, only he's not as good. But he's just going to come from out of it, make one run. if everything kind of falls apart, I could see him maybe making an impact, but for me, no. I think he's more of a hit the board type for sure. The number 6 is Most Wanted. He's going to look for his 4th straight victory. He's had 3 very close wins. He broke the maiden on debut at Churchill Downs by a neck. He won an allowance race at Ellis Park by 3/4, and then he won the Ellis Park Derby by a nose. So 3 races, 3 very close efforts, getting better with each start. Brad Cox sends this one in for Florent Giroux, so we'll see what happens. He knows how to win this race. Cox has done it before, so he'll try to make it 4 for 4 with Most Wanted. As we keep going here down the list, the number 7 horse is Mina. Mina coming in off of a allowance win right here at Remington Park by 1.25 lengths. Since then, or before then, I should say, really didn't do much of anything, and numbers are really low. Longest shot on the board for me, no doubt about it. And then finally, the number 8, Society Man. This is another one that is kind of, after running 16th in the Kentucky Derby, after running 2nd in the Wood at 99-1, they kind of backed this horse off just a bit, try to run him in some weaker races, and it worked. He won the Matt win and then got 3rd in the West Virginia Derby. Didn't run too bad. So I think this is another one. I see him in Dymatic as kind of the same a little bit. Just like, yeah, I mean, they can hit the board. They kind of have the same running style. A lot of times they're going to come from out of it a lot, or at least, mid-pack. So I kind of view them the same. I think both of them hit the board. I don't quite know if either one of them are good enough to win this one. So, all right, that'll do it for the 8. Now we got to pick a winner here. I'm going to go with the number 6, Most Wanted, to win this race. I think 3 races, 3 wins. We've seen he's a fighter. I think he'll get out in front. He's going to have to hold off EJ Won the Cup. I think EJ Won the Cup will kind of be the stalking horse. I see those two kind of going at it. I think Indispensable might kind of try to be up there a little bit close with them. But I think the 6, Most Wanted, gets it done. I think, the horse just seems to be getting better and better. I think he can get out to the lead and take him gate to wire. So I'm going to take the number 6, Most Wanted, to win this year's version of the Oklahoma Derby. All right, that'll do it for our preview of the Oklahoma Derby, live from Remington Park, Sunday, September 29th. Hit that like button, guys. If you like the video, hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're betting Remington Park on Sunday.